Hindi makakatulong dahil bawat araw, bawat buwan, bawat taon na maraming tao ang nagugutom ay hindi justification ng pag-upo natin sa gobyerno.
Hindi po ibig sabihin nito na titigil po kami doon. In fact, yung trial run po natin...
I'm sorry, Yusek Asis. I'm sorry, Yusek Asis, but that is a wrong. I was actually smiling. Hindi po ako nagsusungit, lalo na sa committee, pero nagsusungit ako, Mr. Chair, ng konti dito sa ating DA family. Simply because, you know, when we do service to our people, it should not end on academic numbers. And it should not end on office tables. Babalikan natin, Mr. Chair. Yeah, I just actually asked pang-ilan ako. Kasi medyo diet sana ako, pero hindi kaya, Mr. Chair. Kailangan kumain. So, Mr. Chair, let me go back and pursue the line of questioning of Congressman Swansing. Kasi kanina, while I was not yet here, I heard DA saying that their MSRP or the maximum suggested retail price, which the chairman kept on repeating, was at 58 pesos. Ngayon, bumabalik tayo, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors, sa sinabi ng ating kagalang-galang na resource person, na wala si Sir. The resource person earlier, ang sabi niya, landed cost 35 pesos, which coincides with the figure that we were able to derive in Bulacan, which was also at 35 pesos. Merong 33 pesos yung 25% broken, no? Pero madalang daw at Pakistan yon. Vietnam, the landed cost was 35. Nagkaroon ng maraming usapan, and in that chain, up to the retailer na access direkta ng tao, the pegged margin was supposed to be 8 pesos. 7 to 8 pesos. So kung ang landed cost ay 35, may bibenta mo siya ng 42, 43. Yung iba namang landed cost ay 39, mabibenta mo siya ng 47, 48. Pero syempre, pag merong mga damage, logistics, aakyat siya, pinakamataas, 49. My question, Mr. Chair, paano ba naging 58 pesos yung MSRP ng DA? Because I believe this is the problem. The wholesalers are already saying, landed cost nila 35 pesos. Binibenta nila, no, it was selling price pala, no? May we request the resource person earlier, sir?
Stewart.
Yeah.
Stewart.
Yung landed cost, sir, is 35 pesos? Or that's your
About
selling?
36 po. 36. Mix na ho yan. Ang
Mixed
40 is yung mga... Yun yung...
Premium.
Not
Yung
premium.
talagang
Yung
mataas.
5% broken yan.
Okay. Magkano po yung benta nyo sa wholesaler? Or yung mga bumibili sa
40, 41.
40, 41.
About 1 peso to 150 per kilo.
Per kilo. Okay.
Ang margin namin.
Mr. Chair, kung babalikan natin, Customs also gave us the same figure. 35 pesos landed cost. Ascom Maronilla, tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor. About that...
Pinakamura 35, pinakamahal 39.
mga ganun po.
Yes, that I remember, Mr. Chair, those were the figures given the previous hearings. Kaya ang tanong, bakit naman si DA may MSRP na 58 pesos? Saang planeta po ito nang galing, Mr. Chair? Because this is probably where the problem is. And how can we control the price of rice when the agency that is supposed to guide us is pegging it at a high price? Kaya nga, Mr. Chair, kasi from Iloilo, we have a lot of Ilonggos in Mindanao. And December, they went to Iloilo for a vacation. I was asking them, and they were sending me photos. Ang presyo ng bigas nung Pasko, nasa mga, I can actually share this to the group. Ito yung mga nakuha nila. Kidapawan, ayan o, yung picture. May 40 pesos yung pinakamura. It says regular, local rice. Meron namang 45 pesos per kilo, regular milled rice, local din siya, no? Pero meron yung mga imported, premium imported rice, 55 pesos. Special rice, 56 pesos kasi malayo-layo daw. But if you check on Tagum, so Tagum, the prices were ranging at 37 to 45. Merong, I don't know but merong 50 pesos tanner rice, 49 pesos tanner rice. Yung 65 pesos nila is already red rice. No? So, Mr. Chair, ang katanungan nito, ba't nagagawa doon sa Mindanao? Bakit dito hindi? And when we trace, Mr. Chair, during the previous hearings, we found out that in Luzon, apparently there's a flow of 5 traders minimum before mapunta sa actual retailer. And I remember, Mr. Chair, I had a motion before directing the NBI to look into the traders in between. Because the collusion is happening here. And we can just have a blind eye on this. So maybe we get the comment, Mr. Chair, of the DA family. Bakit MRSP nyo? Ang minimum, this is maximum suggested retail price is at 58 pesos. Where in fact, some areas are selling it at 45 to 47 pesos max, even 49.
Linawin ko lang po, Mr. Chair, na yung pong MSRP is a pilot program that we will implement only in Metro Manila, kung saan po may nakikita kami mga presyo na 62, 64, 60. And so, that is the reason why we wanted to start it off with a number which is less than the high numbers that we're seeing. Pero hindi po ibig sabihin nito na titigil po kami doon. In fact, yung trial run po natin...
I'm sorry, Yusek Asis.
Apo.
But Mr. Chair, hindi po kasi ganoon ang proseso if you want to play in the market. Hindi mo susundin yung presyo sa labas kasi alam nating mahal. So if you are telling us kasi ang nasa labas ay 62, 63 pesos, we bring it down to 58? No. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. I'm sorry, Yusek Asis, but that is a wrong solution. Wido yun eh. How do we resolve the problem of mahal na bigas? Magkano ang landed cost or magkano ang kapital ng local farmer? Magkano ang pwedeng ipatong ng mga dadaanan? Okay, wholesaler, piso. Retailer, another 2 piso. O meron pa siyang cost niyan na isang mga logistic, another 2 piso, 5 piso na. Hanggang dumating dun sa retailer, 3 piso. So 8 pesos na margin. So if the landed cost is 35, sabihin na nga natin, Mr. Chair, 10 piso na lang. If the landed cost is 35, then in the market, yung talagang retail price before Juan and Maria, that should be 45. Yung 39, magiging 49. Because what the DA is doing, magkano ang presyo sa labas, tumawad tayo ng konti? No! We already pinpointed 3 problems before. Collusion among the traders, monopoly among the retailers in the market, and or government officials who are supposed to look into this not really doing their job. Yun ang naging nakitang 3 problema. Nag-compute tayo, bumalik tayo sa customs, bumalik tayo sa wholesalers, nagsalita ang ibang traders, nagsalita ang retailers, pinuntahan natin ang Bulacan. At ang ipinapakita doon, it was Secretary Laurel who mentioned 45 to 49 pesos max, Mr. Chair. So, paulit-ulit tayo eh. Sayang yung oras, buong umaga. Everything that you were saying were the same things we heard in 2024. Ngayon, 2025 na. In other words, the basis of the MSRP is wrong. And it's opening the possibility of abuse. Narinig natin si Mr. Stewart. Ang sabi niya, landed cost nila 35 to 39. No, pinakamahal nilang binibenta 40 to 41. Ngayon, binibenta ng mga retailers, I'm not sure if it's coming from them, But I'm seeing 47, 48, 50. Ang pinakamahal yung black rice, 65 by 70. Bakit kayo mag-MSRP ng 58? We need to go to the grounds and deliver for people. Then yung isa, Mr. Chair. Next. Tama po ang sinabi ni Yusek Asis kanina while I was having my haircut, Mr. Chair, and observing the wisdom of how you were whipping this Murang Pagkain Super Committee. And he mentioned about the law, na ito yung batas, ito lang yung pwedeng, there were 2 instances that NFA can sell their rice, and that is in calamity, and what was the other one? Emergencies. However, Mr. Chair, nakailang hearing na rin tayo. Isang pwede nilang pagbentahan ay kadiwa. And we dealt on it several times hanggang gabi kami dito ni Congressman Enverga. May prohibition ba? May legal prohibition ba na ang kadiwa mag-identify ng kadiwa rice retailers? And the answer was no. We had a special meeting at the office of the Speaker together with Manila and Quezon City congressmen and the DA family and NFA. What was agreed upon? Yung aging rice that was 500,000 kilos on December, 1.5 million kilos on January, 1.5 million kilos on February, at baka medyo mataasan daw, and then 3 million kilos on March. Those were the figures. That was the timetable to be sold by Kadiwa to their retailers at 29 pesos and the NFA rice retailers in the market to sell it at 32 to 33 pesos. Yan na, Mr. Chair, ang napag-usapan eh. So bakit ngayon, bumabalik ulit tayo dun sa mga academic computation nyo, yung mga librong yan, ay hindi makakabusog sa Pilipino. Yung mga computation yung paulit-ulit na hindi naman akma sa nangyayari sa baba, ay hindi makakatulong dahil bawat araw, bawat buwan, bawat taon na maraming tao ang nagugutom ay hindi justification ng pag-upo natin sa gobyerno. I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. No? Minsan mahirap kasi. We should not be pushing you because it's not only an obligation. It's the right of every Filipino family to have affordable rice. And I'm not referring to the cheapest rice. Nakakasakit, Mr. Chair, yung naririnig natin na pag mahirap, yung murang bigas. Hindi. Hindi na nga sila makabili ng ulam. Gusto nila ng magandang bigas kasi lalagyan nila yun ng konting kalamansi, konting toyo, and I'm not recommending it. It's not really that healthy. Pero ginagawa yun. Kaya, Mr. Chair, balikan natin. Where are we going? What is the direction of the Department of Agriculture in this? Napag-usapan na yung presyo. Ang sabi nyo, December, before mag-New Year, it will be in the market. Sabi nyo, January, andyan na. O nasaan na yung ating kadiwa rice retailers? Di ba? So, Yusek Asis, you kept on referring to those 2. Nahanapan na ng solusyon yun. Bakit hindi natin ginagawa? Nagpa-follow up yung Manila at Quezon City. Walang aksyon sa DA.
Anyway, in response to your, I think we will call the secretary on possibly Tuesday para we will have a final answer. I think it's not within the authority of Yusek Asis to make to guarantee the commitments of the department. So the best way, para kan si Selena Gomez, gumanda dahil sa gupit. I've been watching you there, oh.
Kulay palay, Mr. Chair.
So I think I can see from their faces that they don't have the authority to answer you very authoritative.
But just to be factual about the situation, Mr. Chair, they were all aware about what we discussed in the previous hearings. They're also very much aware about the commitments. They're also aware of the legal impediments na nahanapan na nga ng paraan. So ang tanong ko, bakit ang bagal? Bakit ang dami pa natin kailangang pag-usapang mga libro at lahat-lahat, samantalang bawat araw, marami ang nagugutom. And Mr. Chair, the wholesalers are already here. Paulit-ulit natin silang pinagalitan ng mga nakaraang hearing. And they gave us all the prices. At nagtaka tayo, parang nga itong sibuyas, Mr. Chair, alam ni Kong Mark and Verga yun. We trace it step by step. At nakita na ando dun, pinatawag yung supermarkets. The profit was 5 to 10%. Pero ang landed cost, kunyari, 50 pesos. Ang benta is 250. Eh kung 5 to 10% margin, that's 10 to 25 pesos. Per gibe, bakit naging ganon? And ando dun ngayon sa gitna. But it was also because DA was tolerating it. So, Mr. Chair, can the DA answer my question? Bakit kaya sa ibang parte ng Pilipinas like Mindanao, nababaan ang presyo ng bigas? Bakit dito sa Metro Manila na meron sanang volume ng kumakain at meron pa tayong mga tao sa Luzon, eh hindi kaya? Have you seen that comparison? And can you confirm the prices that I have been saying? Maybe, Mr. Chair, one response from DA. Can you confirm the prices that I mentioned earlier?
Janet, si Secretary ang gusto kong sumagot sa'yo.
Oh, confirmation lang, Mr. Chair, dun sa mga presyong sinabi
We
ko.
can confirm that prices in outside Metro Manila po ay mas mura
Pakita
po
na lang.
kaysa dito sa Metro.
Sorry, Mr. Chair, Yusek, ano yun? You can...
This is supposed to be the last time that we will tackle rice. We are jumping into CPK or chicken pork adobo, meaning to say but apparently the rice is so passionate that we couldn't transition. And then there was a question in the previous hearing about the financing of agriculture. So we have Land Bank and the other financing companies with respect to compliance with the new AFRD, which is, kasi pag sinimula na bigas, hindi na tayo matigin eh.
So confirm lang natin, Mr. Chair, sa ating mga butuhin at kagalang-galang na opisyales.
Anyway, nandito i-confirm.
Base po dun sa namomonitor namin presyo, mas mataas po ang presyo ng bigas sa Metro Manila kumpara po dun sa mga probinsya. And the numbers confirm that po. Doon po naman sa presyo ng wholesale, base po ito sa monitoring po sa Intercity and Golden City. Yung pong wholesale price ng mga imported rice po nila, base po dito sa record po namin is 48 ang wholesale price po nila. Kaya po nilagay po yung
48 ang
40.
wholesale price.
Opo,
Saan
opo.
po yan?
Sa ano po ito, Intercity and Golden City. Tapos tiningnan po namin dun sa...
Teka, Mr. Chair, Intercity and Golden City, but we were there. With
Yes, sir.
Congressman Swansing and Congressman Mark and Verga, they declared before Sec Kiko and Bureau of Customs. Magkano nga ba yung sinabi nilang wholesale price? It was 39 to 42 pesos.
Ito pong... pwede po ba namin i-flash ito?
Yeah, we've been
para
flashing it,
makita
actually.
po.
Can you flash again?
Meron po kaming ginawa. Totoo po naman na... Ayan. Yan po, tingnan natin yung comparative price.
Oh, I remember, Mr. Chair, the Secretary of Agriculture also mentioned, ipagbabawal nila yung mga, anong tawag nun? Yung mga,
Premium brands. Ganun.
yeah, the labeling, the marketing. Yung mga moshi-moshi, pagbabawal daw kasi it becomes a tool to justify the prices. And sorry, Mr. Chair, before I forget, kanina kasi meron sinabing 20% broken. Meron bang ganon sa DA? May namomonitor? I mean, is it in existence? Because if it is not in existence, it's highly possible that the retailers are marketing it as 20% broken, where in fact, it's actually 25% broken. So sasabihin, ito medyo mahal ito, kasi 20% broken. Pero alangan namang bilangin mo, Mr. Chair, yung mga butil ng bigas dyan. So, kung yung nagdumarating are all 5% and 25% broken, at walang dumarating na 20% broken, then DA should also look into this, including DTI. So my last question, Mr. Chair, and of course, I commend our good resource person, Mr. Stewart, who was paying 2 billion taxes annually. Can he confirm that in the retail market, siguro kasi siya lang yung nakita ko kaninang tinatanong ni Congressman Singh, ang benta nila is 38, 39, 40, 41. Can he confirm na walang nagbebenta ng mga bigas na galing sa kanila ng more than 50 pesos?
Stuart, are you still?
Ako, maybe we can just ask that late. Nag-CR daw, Mr. Chair. But that's what I am seeing is that in the pictures that are being sent to me sa mga kakilala natin doon, walang bigas na binibenta na umaabot ng more than 50 pesos per kilo. So this is something that DA should push, and there should be timelines.